khohlwa.
Sikhuluma kabhaya ne.
Yeah. But yeah, good morning everybody. Welcome to the Platinum Mornings on a beautiful Wednesday. Ay.
Otherwise ukren mums.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I am amazing.
Okay, you don't want me to sing?
I'm just sad.
Why?
Cause on my way here I was about to chow a sweet. It was my last one, and then as I opened it, it fell out my mouth. And there was this kid looking at me.
As you opened it, it fell out of your mouth.
Yeah.
You opened it with your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there was this kid looking at me, so I'm blaming that kid so much.
Because they were looking at you.
Yeah.
Which kid is up at 5 o'clock?
I think kids are going to school.
Oh, okay. I know. Nah, please. I am angfuni ngisho manje ukuthi please, my kids are not gonna wake up at 4 o'clock to go to school.
What time are they gonna wake up?
They must wake up maybe at 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock. No, the depression was
you remind me of this girl who lived like opposite my school.
Yeah.
When I was still in high school, like opposite Joanne, she was always late. Always. Like we even, because by my school, whenever you're late, you have to sign down on the late register. Né?
Yeah.
And then also as punishment, you spend break in like one room with the people who came late. And then
I remember we had a daily report in like primary was like a joke, like if you do something wrong, you get a daily report.
Okay.
Right? So you have to have this daily report every day. Right? So there's a white one, and then there's a yellow one, and there's a red one. Right? The red one is like the deep one. If you get that one and your daily reports are like not working, you go straight to the principal's office. Yo, imagine. So you have that report every day in each and every class. Every class, like the end of every class, you take it to your teacher so that they can write to good. How did you behave today? Like it was a joke. Like it was like, okay.
I'm sure you are on the yellow one.
Nah, I've only got one, and it was the white one. Why would I get a yellow one? I'm not a stout student.
But you seem like a teacher would be like, Mamsi, keep quiet. And then Mamsi keeps quiet.
Yeah, no.
And then 5 minutes later,
that's real.
Mamsi, keep quiet. I said keep quiet. Why are you talking?
That's real. That's the truth, eh? That's the truth. And I got it just for talking, imagine.
Yeah.
Because they wrote me on some paper. Yo,
yes, I thought you were wearing my jacket.
Why would I wear your jacket?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, eh. And I'm like, yeah, she looks good in my jacket. That's what I had. And I'm like, when did you take my jacket?
Why would I take your jacket? Wow. Anyways, let's get into the show. So today we're going to be coming through to you with the blitz of the day and top stories. And today in our blitz, we're going to be talking about Thabo Bester. Obviously, you know the man. A famous person here too. I was in the bus today, and then when I'm in the bus, like there's no one that makes my day like the kids that go on the same bus as me in the morning. So there's this group of kids, like they're high school kids. They were sitting at the back of me, so they're having conversations. This one is like, you maths, practice what. So like then he says that in Korea, only the president is supposed to be famous. And at the time, I'm sitting there, it's in the morning, good dark, ne?
Yeah.
In Korea, the president is the only one who's supposed to be famous, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, right? In my head, I'm listening, and I'm like, and then the one who's talking to me is like, how? What do you mean? He's like, yeah, if you become a public figure or you are a celebrity, they kick you out. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, what? Yeah, I laughed it. I was like, no. That's the only thing that is making my day. This is the only thing that makes me wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
No.
But it's sort of like almost true.
Really?
Not they kick you out or anything. Like one thing I know about the North Korea, like Kim Jong Un. I always feel pronouncing his name.
Yeah.
like it's a communist country.
Yes.
So njengoba it's a communist country, like not famous, but anyone with leadership vibes, like everyone should be like equal and very like they should be dictatable,
not the equality vibes like here in South Africa.
Okay. So if ever, like, I'm sure if with someone with my personality trait or even more would get not kicked out, probably executed or killed. Like, they don't want anything leadership vibes to attack their throne.
Okay,
yeah,
I understand.
They can control people, and I feel like countries that lack freedom of speech, or if ever your freedom of speech were to be taken, chances are we're gonna end up like that country. Yeah.
Okay, listen. Anyways, we're gonna be talking about I said Thabo Base there, but I realized that we know about this one. I don't know if I should. Okay, yeah. So basically, there's a family in Free State that has contacted the police, and they believe that one of the bodies that are claimed by Unandipa Makutumani days before the Thabo Base's escape is their relative. Obviously, it's Katla Mpolo. We're talking about that. I don't think we're going to be touching on that. We're going to go to CEO Andre de Ruyter, the former Eskom CEO. He actually appears before the SCOPA. We're going to go through that, and we're going to be knowing about why. Then we're going to talk about SA not withdrawing from the ICC by the presidency, and I'm going to explain what the ICC is actually, because and then we're going to go through into the Home Affairs. Or I'm already saying something about the influx of Islam seekers, and we're going to find out about that. And
asylum.
Okay, asylum.
Yeah,
asylum.
Yeah. So we're also gonna dive into history. So what we have today in history is that you have Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, apparently got married on this day.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're gonna find out with who.
I wonder
and why. Hey,
these people you never know.
Yeah, man. And then there was also a murder in Atlanta pencil factory, and it led to the lynching of Leo Frank. We also want to discuss that. And then in the final hour, Suzoti, the hip hop hour, and do stay tuned for that one. But otherwise, okay. Southbound as well as the N1 northbound, there appears to be roadworks over there just after the ramp from Flying Saucer interchange. Remember to use alternative routes. And the near Midrand area, there is a stationary vehicle located just after the ramp from Samrand Avenue, which is causing a delay within that route. And then heading to Olifantsfontein, after the ramp from Olifantsfontein interchange R562, there appears to be traffic which is caused by roadwork there by the R21 northbound. And then going to Johannesburg, there appears to be an incident, and this incident is caused by a lot of crashed cars. So there appears to be an accident within the N3 northbound, and it's located just after the ramp from Giluli's interchange. And then there's another incident in the R24 eastbound, and this is caused by a stationary vehicle just before the ramp to Edenville interchange there by the M37. And then there appears to be roadworks over there by after the ramp from Van Buren, specifically in the N3 northbound. And then there is an incident rather, which is caused by a stationary vehicle just after the ramp from Van Buren. So do look out for that one. And then lastly, there is heavy flow of traffic there by Benoni, and this is after the ramp from Putfontein Road by the N12 westbound. Otherwise, that's it on your traffic. Do wait on the next traffic update at 8:30.
Traffic. It's time for Sports Blitz Bulletin on VMC Planet Radio.
In a cricket side today, the England fast bowler Jofra Archer had a minor operation on his troublesome right elbow earlier this month, but the procedure is unlikely to harm his chances of selection for the Ashes series against Australia, the Telegraph reported, right? Archer has already returned to action in the Indian Premier League after sitting out for matches. His coach at Mumbai Indians, Mark Boucher, said on the 8th of April that the 28-year-old had picked up a little niggle. The Telegraph reported on Tuesday that Archer had traveled to Belgium for the procedure, and Aka has made 2 appearances for Mumbai this season, picking up 2 wickets. He was rested for Tuesday's defeat to Gujarat Titans, but could return against Rajasthan Royals on the weekend. Aka, who picked up 22 wickets for England in the 2019 Ashes, has not played a test since February 2021 due to elbow and back injuries. He made his comeback after 17 months out in late January. Sa head coach Paul Fabry said last month Aka was unlikely to play any red ball matches before the Ashes. The opening Ashes test will be held at Edgbaston from June the 16th. And then in our athletics side, United States Olympic long jump Tara Davis has been striped off her national indoor title after testing positive for a psychoactive constituent of marijuana. The USA anti-doping agency said on Tuesday the positive test came from a 17 February sample. Davis Woodhull accepted a 1-month period of ineligibility that began on the 21st of March. The US Olympian Tara Davis Woodhull stripped of national title after positive cannabis test. The US Olympian the USADA said her ban was restricted to the minimum allowable period under the rules because the use of cannabis occurred out of competition and was unrelated to performance. The banning of marijuana in high-level sport has become a topic of fierce debate after American sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson, a fan favorite in the United States, was unable to compete at the Tokyo Olympic Games in 2021 due to testing positive for cannabis. And then in under PSL games, tomorrow is a match day as Chiba United will be going head-to-head with Kaizer Chiefs at 3 o'clock and Swallows with Maritzburg at 5:30. That is all for our sports updates this hour. Stay tuned for more sports blitz at 8:30.
It's time for Sports Blitz Bulletin on VMC Planet Radio.
Yeah,
I just never knew like it exists. Like I hear people singing it, like especially like choir vibes or group vibes, especially at Makaya. Because like Makaya, they love this thing, yobu choir, traditional music and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, that's my chat.
I thought you were going to say Makazi. That's how I'm in love with Makazi. Kantute Makaya.
Makaya. You love Makazi?
Yeah. You don't know that I love Makazi? What?
But I sort of like got signs yesterday that you love Makazi.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Really? Why? Was I listening to Makazi yesterday?
Because before I got here, I saw a lot of downloaded Makazi songs.
Oh no.
And
it wasn't me.
No, it was not yesterday.
When?
The songs, okay, I realized yesterday, but the songs were downloaded. I discovered the song. Wait, what am I saying? It's either the songs were downloaded on Monday or the weekend, and because it's only you and I that have a specific way of downloading music, and that one shows Hori, it's you, because
it's not me. It's not me. I didn't listen to Makazi this weekend. I think maybe it was the MC chat corner, because before I left on Saturday, he asked me how to download stuff, and I showed him. And he's Tonga, so it makes sense. He's from Limpopo, so it's not me. Also, Snobile has a show on Saturdays, and she loves Makazi.
But she can download like you and I.
She can.
It's like, you showing everyone how to download?
Because they want to know how to download these songs, and I'm like, Mariam. So
I feel
Lorna, former president, former ESCOM CEO, and Andre the Rater is actually to appear before the SCO PA, right?
Yeah.
So the former CEO Andre is appearing virtually before the Parliament Standing Committee on public accounts on Wednesday, which is today. It also follows an explosive interview with the ENCA Annika Lawson in February. According to the narrator, at least 1 billion rand is stolen from Eskom every month.
1 billion a month.
Yo. He says his attempts to stop the scourge or the scourge could be behind last year's attempt on his life. Yo. At the is that the poison thing? Yes. No, Nale poison when? Was it last year or this year?
What poison?
He was poisoned.
Oh yeah.
Was it last year or this year? It was last year. But
it seemed like a long time ago.
Okay. At the same point, according to the energy analyst Chris Yelland, the narrator may be fearing for his life and opting to appear visually before the standing committee on public accounts. So he can't even go there like live because he's scared. Yo,
I'd be scared too, man.
Oh,
for real. Yeah. So, and I feel like Eskom hasn't hired me because I'm the most honest person that I know.
Yo, they can hire me then.
And yeah, at the same time, I'm scared for my life. So yeah, they shouldn't hire me. So yeah, news got in this morning. The presidency has now clarified South Africa remains a signatory to the Rome Statute. So the statement, this followed an error in a comment made during the African National Congress media regarding the International Criminal Court, otherwise known as the ICC. Yeah. And then to set the record straight, the presidency in South Africa renamed a signatory to the ICC in line with the resolution of the 55th National Conference of the leading party held last December. Yeah, so basically the presidency December resolution was reaffirmed at the meeting of the ANC's National Executive Committee, also known as the NEC meeting at the weekend. So the government is under pressure President Putin and it was due to visit this country later year.
Okay.
Yeah, so the International Criminal Court has issued a warrant for his arrest in connection with the Ukraine conflict.
Yo, why wasn't Gena?
Nah.
Again.
Hey man.
Hey.
So yeah, but a statement from the presidency, the NEC did consider withdrawing from the statute as the last resort, with absence of illegal options that would result into fair. So it also said the country Lena would work in invigorate the Malabo Protocol. So yeah, this would then establish a continental criminal court that would complement the ICC as a court of last resort.
SA is always withdrawing. What withdraw Wanje? Who busy? Mali, 1 billion rand ya puma. Who busy nje like yo. Yo, this reminds me of the ATM Absa.
Yeah.
Like it annoys me.
Why?
Because every time when money comes out, it has this sound.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, everybody from Absa is gonna know that money is coming out. It bores me. I'm like, why don't you just make it silent?
What if you're the only one who noticed that? Other people really, now I have beef with Absa.
Yo, why?
Because like the last time I used their ATM now, which was by this garage here. So I'm about to enter the garage now, and I'm about to wait for the ATM.
Yeah.
And I see this gent looking at me.
Okay.
And I look at him back.
Okay.
And then I walk past him.
Yeah.
And he's still staring at the boy.
How?
Now I go by the ATM. And now the ATM's like the ATM has like a mirror on the top there.
Yeah.
So I look at him through the mirror.
Hey.
And I see him making eye contact with some guy outside.
Oh my gosh! What?
Now I'm like,
shit.
Aye. Now I'm like, hi. I turn back. I'm like, I'm going to call Dr. Menze because Dr. Menze was waiting outside.
Yeah, no, you're not available.
Yeah.
I'd also call him, eh?
Yeah. So I'm walking back out, né?
Yeah.
And now I'm passing this guy again. But now we're not looking at each other. But now, ukatuksuza. So umsuzi wakho ungena emlomeni. And I'm like, damn. And then I called Dr. Benze and I'm like, mamela man. I want you to look out for me and when I'm seeing like dodge activities. And then he's like, okay, I'm coming. And then he comes in, I withdraw. And then on my way out, Dr. Menzi's like, bruh, that's the security guard.
And that was a security guard.
So that's why I'm beefing with Absa.
Wait, don't beef with Absa. So it makes this weird sound, which is very like yo young pora yo. Also, they've changed the ATM. It's now a touch screen. I can we used to press.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's the touch screen. Nice, love it.
But I don't think they can change all of them at the same time.
Yeah, they can't change them. They can't change all of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like they shouldn't do that thing. It must be silent.
The
Yeah, like you know, at a casino,
yeah,
when like the money is coming out, it's like it's that sound first, and then no, please, can I have privacy? No one must know that I'm taking out money or the money's out. They must just see me going away, or taking my card or what.
So if I call, we all know Mamsi declining.
Yo, hi, But I decline kanjani wena ungakhipha imali esirong okanye tshilete esirong.
It happens. Yesterday I wanted to tell Otumelo some story of how me and Menze, I think I told it here before, Menze and I went out to a restaurant.
Oh yeah, you did.
We were basking in food and drinks.
It was Kamande.
Yeah.
Yeah, during weekend chats.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still traumatized.
Okay, so as we move on, Motsoaledi, but because he's no more like a minister of health, he's just Aaron Motsoaledi. So
wait, if I'm a minister of health, I'll be doctor.
I just wanted to say doctor because he's a minister of health. Why else are you a minister of health? But now I understand because anyone can be a minister of health, so I can't call you a doctor. But yeah, it's fine. So Home Affairs, Mr. Aaron Motsoaledi, says South Africa has seen an influx of, what is that word again?
Asylum.
Influx of asylum seekers since 27. Speaking at the opening of a new state-of-the-art Home Affairs precinct in Epping, Cape Town, which consists of a new refugee center, Motsoaledi says there is no backlog with the Islam seeker system, but rather with those appealing rejection. So he says that we don't have any backlog, as I am speaking now here in South Africa, on Islam seeker or refugee applicants. The backlog we are having is a backlog of appeals. That's what he said. Unquote.
Yeah, I feel she unquoted him. So I was checking the definition of asylum now, because another one I know is that an asylum is an institution where they keep people who are mentally ill.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a church. Yeah.
Nah. So now this is a new definition within my mental note. So yeah, it's the protection granted by a state to someone who has left their home country as a political refugee.
That's why it's a Home Affairs staff.
Yeah.
Uyasebenza lo baba yazi.
Yasebenza ne?
Yeah, ubusy yo.
Hi.
Yo.
But yeah, but corruption still affects lapha Eskom.
Yo. Why withdraw now? Yo.
Hey man, I think this is the story you did earlier, ne?
Mina.
Yeah. Is it?
No, I didn't talk about Pravin Gordhan.
All right. So the Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan
Pravin Gordhan is the Minister of Public Enterprise.
Yebo.
Wow. Yeah, the cabinet has really changed, like.
Nah.
Oh, like changed, like. Hey.
Look at this Matal. How old is he, man?
I don't know.
For him to be still in that seat.
He's been the minister of a lot of things.
But Eskom still riddled with corruption despite attempts of government to go reform the entity to deal with power cut. So yeah, uGordon yena athi he would be meeting with the board of Eskom to discuss the ongoing corruption at both corporate and procurement level.
Yeah.
Bese aphinda athi that the coal generated energy the country lena would be around for at least another 40 years. Even as the country lena tries to move to a cleaner energy. Yeah, so uMinister beka prefer iParliament Standing Committee on Appropriations izolo regarding ikoloto ze Eskom and the relief bill and the company's battle to keep the lights on.
Yes.
Yeah, so Eskom management yatshela iParliament ukuthi the debt relief bill was welcome as it would help the utility focus to improve operation wabo. The company said ukuthi this would take off a lot of pressure with Eskom needing to approach the market and would raise up to 60 billion rands in a year. Yeah, basically for every month kuna 1 billion epumayo.
Yeah.
Damn.
Stolen. That's what. No, we are not saying it's coming out. It's not us.
Yeah.
It's Ubani Andre, the director.
Oh, Andre.
He says that every month 1 billion rand is stolen from Eskom.
Yeah.
That's why he's like going to court, and now he can't go to court live. He has to be virtually live.
Oh.
Love it.
Yeah, so but despite easing ikoloto, the minister Eskom still has a massive corruption problem.
Yeah.
They say at his quote today that corruption is still a factor both at a power station level and at a corporate level, as well as we have people in management who have to be checked out in terms of their dubious activities that they engage in, unquote. Yeah, basically, but coal would remain for at least 40 plus years, and despite the country now will move to a cleaner energy. But Eskom, it's good. While the debt relief would help ease the pressure in the next 6 months, would be challenging for the country learner with rolling blackouts expected to persist. Yeah,
I think we're gonna have rolling blackouts for a year.
And now I feel like it's forever, true, up until we get generators like Cape Town or there's another.
But Cape Town hasn't reached that yet.
Yeah, Mara,
still
they like at the finish line.
Okay.
Compared to everyone else.
All right.
I feel like Eskom needs like a competitor. They're too comfortable.
Okay.
Maybe a company from outside of the country. Yeah.
Like the SABC has so many competitors. Yo.
Nah.
Yo. And it's just like it even has a channel now.
What has a channel?
SABC Plus. Love it.
You love it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's fine. SABC, just keep on pushing, keep on moving. I want the TV license bill again. They're making you rich, but yeah, right by now it is over with what am I saying? Right now we are done with the top stories and the blitz of today.
Yeah,
we're gonna be moving into today in history in the next hour. But for now, let's go into a music interlude, and then we'll come back. And yeah, sure.
Fairy.
Cops behind the ass, 180 on the freeway, living life fast. Pray we don't get a funeral. What a lovely individual. Say your love is kind of spiritual. Me and you are at the real fucking me and you are
21. Can you do something for me? 21. Can you understand something? 23. Can you do something for me? I'ma be singing this song Friday. Yeah. I don't know why I'm singing today.
You're turning 21 on Friday?
No.
Oh.
I changed it.
Oh, you're turning 23.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah. Nice.
Tomorrow's a holiday.
So?
I deserve it.
What do you deserve? Because you're going to be here with me.
Aye.
Yabo.
Aye.
Kabang ukuthi if platinum mornings is half days, I mean half weeks. It's every day. Every day.
Every day that's non-holiday.
Aye. What?
It's every non-holiday day.
What? Tomorrow. What are your plans for tomorrow, by the way?
Sleep.
Really?
Yeah, sleep, and I hope there's electricity.
Yeah.
So I can just.
Why are you sleeping? Because you slept a weekend.
I realize I haven't slept enough. Well, I might sleep enough now, but I still feel tired. So I think maybe I should add gym, because gym has the thing of waking me up and feeling driven, motivated, passionate.
Okay.
And
by the way, Zuko said I'm loud. Do you understand how he said I'm loud? I'm louder than him. And he just like he just burst his mic right now with the P, but he's like, I'm the one who's the loudest.
Yeah, but I wanna. Okay, to tell the context now, for people who don't know the story, I have this thing where I record every show when I can of the Platinum Mornings, so that I can put them on social media platforms, and also to build a profile. So I was editing in the taxi since I couldn't find time to do it anywhere else. So as I was editing, for every time Mamsi spoke, this woman kept on turning her head.
Why are you editing when you don't have headphones?
Ay man.
Azuko. So people are listening to my laugh, number one.
And
you say
Yeah. Yeah, I think Petro Nyongo.
Ana mahloni. Petro Nyongo. So Manja, what do you want to do? You want to vomit?
Yeah.
Are you gonna vomit here?
I don't know. The thing is, I've been feeling like this for a good week. I just forgot to fix it during the weekend. So I've been feeling like this for a good week. Mara at this very moment, it was like it feels like.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
What did you do? Uspati ma ngizuko. But okay.
Cool. Yesterday they thought you were pregnant.
Who thought I was pregnant?
People.
Who thought? Why? Why would they was pregnant?
They were like, the way Mom's is glowing, I'm suspecting. And I'm like, and then I just kept quiet. And they're like, why are you so quiet, bruh? Did you smash Mamsi? And I'm like, me is not me.
Really? I don't remember, Azuko. I don't remember that.
Nah, you are not around.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who asked you that when I was not around?
But
it literally smells like what Dr. Menze would say that.
Suppose Dr. Menze if we now.
Okay, it's fine.
Nah.
It's fine. You don't have to. Anyways, we are back. It is 8 minutes past the hour 8. It's time for Today in History, and we are gonna continue with it. It's the 26th of April today. Tomorrow is Freedom Day. It's a holiday. Uzolala. But yeah, let's continue. So today, in 1954.
Okay.
Yeah,
even me, Shem.
So the polio vaccine trials actually began.
Okay.
You know polio?
Sounds familiar.
It also sounds familiar with me.
I really don't know it, but it sounds familiar.
I think I remember reading about it. I mean, in school, because I don't think I'll ever like just out of nowhere see that and then like read it. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not in me.
Do you think they reacted the same way we did with COVID?
I mean, a lot of people reacted the same way. Like, remember Ebola? We reacted the same way. Well, not like deep. The thing is, with Ebola, it wasn't like very contagious.
Well, I know countries overseas reacted the same.
Ebola.
Because they closed down the whole of Africa. Yeah, like a lot of all these countries in Africa were not allowed to go that side.
Also with HIV, it was the same.
I was not around.
But you must watch TV or you must watch things. You read books, you should know. When you are a reader.
Me, I'm not. I am.
So on the 26th of April, the Salk polio vaccine filled trials involving 1.8 million children began at the Franklin Sherman Elementary School in McLean, Virginia. Children in the United States, Canada, and Finland participated in the trials, which used for the first time the now standard double-blind method, whereby neither the patient nor attending doctor knew if the inoculation was a vaccine or a placebo. Right? 1 year later, on April the 12th, 1955, researchers announced that the vaccine was safe and effective, and it quickly became a standard part of childhood immunization in America. And in the ensuing decades, polio vaccines will all but wipe out the highly contagious disease in the Western Hemisphere. It was also contagious, so basically they were look what's happening. You see? No, look at the picture. Don't look at the picture.
Yeah, I see the picture.
Yeah, but don't assume that they stole the picture from during Corona.
Okay.
And then put it here.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, they did act like Corona.
Okay.
Polio, known officially as poliomyelitis, is an infectious disease that has existed since ancient times and is caused by a virus. Virus. It occurs most commonly in children and can result in paralysis. The disease reached epidemic proportions throughout the first half of the 20th century. During the 1940s and 1950s, polio was associated with the iron lung, a large metal tank designed to help polio victims suffering from respiratory paralysis breathe. So anything that has to do with breathing. And then old President Franklin D. Roosevelt was diagnosed with polio in 1921 at the age of 39 and was left paralyzed with the waist down and forced to use leg braces and a wheelchair for the rest of his life. A virus will make you paralyzed. Same.
Nah.
Also, Roosevelt helped fund the National Foundation for Infantile Paralysis, later renamed the March of Dimes. The organization was responsible for funding much of the research concerning the disease, including the Salk vaccine trials. The man behind the original vaccine was a New York-born physician and epidemiologist, Jones Salk. Salk's work on an anti-influenza vaccine in the 1940s while at the University of Michigan School of Public Health led him in 1952 at the University of Pittsburgh to develop the inactivated polio vaccine based on a killed virus strain of disease. The in 1954 field trials that followed, the largest in U.S. history of the time, were led by Salk former University of Michigan colleague Dr. Thomas Francis. But then today polio has been eliminated throughout much of the world due to vaccine. However, there is still no cure for the disease, and it persists in a small number of countries in Africa and Asia. COVID.
Yeah, so back in 1986, right, almost like a decade after Bahlangana, at a celebrity tennis tournament, the television news reports Maria Shriver was shot, and the movie actor and former bodybuilder Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they got married on the 26th of April 1986. Yeah. So I wonder who's this Maria?
Maria.
Yeah. So yeah, politically it seemed an unlikely match. But she, then a co-anchor for the CBS Morning News, Lape New York City, was a Democrat and a member of one of the most prominent political families Lapa in the country. Her mother, Eunice Kennedy Shriver, was the sister of John F. Kennedy and Robert F. Kennedy, while her father, Sergeant Shriver, had been the Democratic nominee for vice president in 1972. Arnold who was born in Austria on the 30th of July 1947, came to the United States in 1968 and became an American citizen in 1983. That's soon after waqala actively campaigning on behalf of Republican candidates. Later renamed he will be later renamed chairman of President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports by President George H.W. Bush.
George.
I heard Arnold has been in politics for a very long time for George to also be mentioned. So
people have been living.
So yeah, man, I feel like because they managed to find umuntu also represent physical fitness and sports, nah?
Yeah.
And this person is actually, what do you call this? Like an experience within the department. Unlike Lana, you get someone who's Minister of Arts and Culture. Has arts. Has someone Minister of medical what. Agana my qualification. Yeah, so I feel like that's dope.
I thought it was like that, that's why he called this a guy Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi. Because I thought it was like that.
It's not like that.
Up until cabinet were changing, I'm like, oh, okay. So Fikile Mbalula can be a minister of sports and other things and transport. Kanjani,
bro.
Minister of sport must be Piso Mshimani, because he's a coach. He's in sports. You understand?
Nah. Wow. Openi McCarthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yo.
Like what?
Yeah, man.
And then Home Affairs.
Yeah. Ish. Me. I nominate me.
Why you?
Because I'm the most honest gender I know.
Okay.
Yeah, so Bati, Ushuivana, Arnold's wife at the time, and I was along 6th November 1955. Bese yaqala career yakhe journalism in 1977.
Yeah.
Bese graduated at Georgetown University. So yeah, that same year, the TV newsman Utom Brokaw was introducer go Arnold Schwarzenegger at a party the night before the annual Robert F. Kennedy Pro Celebrity Tennis Tournament in Forest Hill, New York. Yeah. But Arnold was winner the first of 5 Mr. Universe titles at the age of 20. But upon the arrival yake Hollywood, was actor in forgettable movies such as Hercules in New York. Before the Conan the Barbarian, that movie was made in 1982. This year, the famous Terminator that was made in 1984 made him an A-list star.
Okay.
And
the way you said it, famous Terminator.
And Terminator is one of my favorite movies, man.
I've never watched Terminator. Yes.
Puma. Get out of here.
Terminator is the one that has Terminator 7, Terminator 3.
That's the song.
Oh,
that's the song, Mamsi. Man. Terminator, I think it was 1, 2, and 3, and then for a very long time they didn't do any Terminators. But then in these recent years of time, I think they added 2 more, if not 3 more.
I think I know Terminator, but I've never watched it. Like I've seen it on that channel bait thing. Like, oh, what's the Terminator? Peace.
Terminator is when he'll be like, "I'll be back."
Oh no, I don't know Terminator.
Like he's a robot.
And the last time I saw Terminator, it was car vibes. Someone was speeding a car and I just didn't know. My nephew was the one who was watching it. I don't know what I was doing at the time. I was just like, Terminator. And then I think I was doing something in the house and then I sat down on the couch and then I don't know where I was and he was watching Terminator. And it always happens with a lot of movies that he watches because now I'm always like, okay, so okay, yeah.
Nagia will judge a girl.
Judge me. Abaningi bang judge, but I'm still alive. You see me? Oh, yeah. Yo, okay.
What you're about to experience is power of streaming radio.
Opening address to Parliament. I am now in a position to announce that Mr. Nelson Mandela will be released at the Victor Verster Prison on Sunday, the 11th of February, at about 3 p.m. Yesterday evening, I met with Mr. Mandela in Cape Town.
Yeah. Otherwise, that's a song by Alicia Keys titled "No One," and then before that we had "Ina Iyeza," a song by Zayn SA. I wonder what happened to Zayn SA.
Mina ngimazi, yes. Akusuze X1 mina yazi uze X1
kuno Zayn SA.
hayi uze ngiyazi uzex the husband of Nandi.
Nandi pa Makutumbane.
No, Nandi Madota now.
Nandi.
Yeah.
My full name is Nandipa, is it not?
No, it's just Nandi.
Hi, Mamsi.
It's just Nandi Madota.
Full name ya Nandi is Nandipa.
Nandi.
Nah.
What if it's Nandi Payo, Nandi something?
Nandi what?
Something.
Which other Nandi is there?
Nandi Payo.
What does it mean?
Should ask you, you're closer.
Nandi wayo.
Yeah, Nandi yayo, Nandi nao, Nandi hamba, Nandi funa.
Aye. You're just making these Nandis up now.
I'm not making them up.
I'm
saying, what if there's Nandi wami? How?
Nandi wami.
Yeah, Nandi wako, Nandi wetu. Yo. In tertiary, I used to have I have a group of friends, and there was a lot of Sias. So they all have a Sia whatever to them, and I didn't know what. So I literally call them Uguti. I would literally say, hi, siyamfuna, siyamthanda, siyahamba, siya phezulu, siyenza ini, siya. Because I didn't know, because there was siyamthandwa, there was siyathandwa, there was a lot of siya yenzani, siya yenzani. I'm like,
yeah, I get it.
Okay, I'm loud.
Damn, you only notice now.
It's because you said I'm loud.
But you are.
Traffic.
Yes, in Pretoria, so there happens to be an incident just after the ramp from Walter Meyers Street, there by the M14. Yeah, and what's causing this incident is a multi-crashed vehicle by the N4 westbound. And then heading down in the N1 southbound as well as the N1 northbound, there is roadworks over there just after the ramp from Flying Saucer interchange. And then there's an incident there by after the N14 corner of the ramp from Braakfontein interchange, and this is located in the N1 northbound. And then there happens to be roadwork in the Olifantsfontein, and this is okay. I'm having technical difficulties over here. Oh yeah, we're back. So yeah, there's roadworks in the R21 northbound, and this is after the ramp from Olifantsfontein interchange by the R562. And then moving to Midrand, there is an incident over there, and this incident is just after the N1, the ramp to the N1 Pitluni north bound. And this incident is caused by a stationary vehicle by the N3 southbound. There's also an incident in Binoni, and this is just after the ramp from Snake Road, and this is located in the N12 westbound. And then lastly, there's roadworks in the N3 northbound, and this is just after the ramp from Van Buren. Otherwise, that's it on your traffic. Do wait on the next traffic update at 9:30.
Traffic.
It's time for Sports Blitz Bulletin on VMC Planet Radio.
In our sports blitz at this half hour is that the world number one Stefanos said his run to the final in Barcelona had served as a reminder of what it felt like to be a strong contender at a tournament again, and left him full of confidence heading into the week's Madrid Open. After missing out on the first Grand Slam title in January with defeat to Novak Djokovic in the Australian Open final, Stefanos Yes, Oostende Force went out early in Rotterdam and Indian Wells before reaching the 4th round in Miami and the Monte Carlo quarters. The 24-year-old then bounced back in Barcelona, where he lost to world number 2 Carlos Alcaraz on Sunday. But his recent form has him in good spirits with Roland Garros on the horizon. Stefanos said he had a lot of matches on clear under his belt and considered himself as a candidate in the Madrid. The run I had in Barcelona brought me joy because after the Australian Open, I didn't go deep in a tournament, he said. Stefanos could come up against defending champion Alcaraz in Madrid final, and the Greek said it was difficult to match the world number 2's focus and dedication to the sport. While Alcaraz will be favored to follow up his Barcelona trump with the Madrid title, Stefanos said the higher altitude of the Spanish capital offered him a small advantage. Moving on to our next blitz is that the New Zealand coach in waiting, Scott Robertson, will retain Jason Ryan as Blacks forward coach, reviving the partnership that built a dynasty at the Crusaders. Ryan left the Crusaders last year to join Ian Foster's staff at the Blacks and will continue in the role once Foster steps down at the end of the 8th of September and 28th October World Cup in France. Robertson appointed Ryan at the Crusaders in 2016, and the pair oversaw the Super Rugby side's run of 6 championship trophies in the 6 years. Ryan will be joined by assistant coaches Leon McDonald, Jason Holland, and Scott Hansen, who take up their All Blacks roles in 2024. Current Blues coach McDonald will lead the attack with assistance from Hurricanes coach Holland, while the Crusaders assistant coach Hansen will be in charge of the defense. Nick Gill, a key part of the All Blacks management group since 2008, will stay on as head of performance, New Zealand Rugby said. And like myself with the Crusaders, I know they all have important work to do in 2023, and their main focus will be on their current job in hand, put while to be ready to go from 2024, said U Robinson. And then lastly, in our Ethiopian Premier fixtures, we're going to be having St. George going to head with Abemintje Katama, and then under the La Liga Premiership we have Getafe going head to head with Almeria at 7:30 today, and we have Mallorca with Atletico Madrid at 7:30 also, and we have Celta Vigo with Elche at 10 p.m. And then our Premier League, we have Forest going head to head with the Brighton at 8:30, Chelsea with Brentford at 9:15, West Ham with Liverpool at 9:15 also, and Manchester City with Arsenal at 9 o'clock. And then in the English Championship, we have West Brom going head to head with Sheffield United at 9 o'clock. So make sure that you don't miss out on the games. And that is all for our sports update at this half hour. Stay tuned for more Blitz at 9:30.
It's time for Sports Blitz Bulletin on VMC Planet Radio.
I feel let's get into the Platinum Classics. Vele singene sichayve bimnandi and everything nice. Now I feel it. Yeah, that song never gets old.
Ow.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would summer be without Java? What would a sample be without Java? Yeah, I know. Isn't that what?
Double HP.
Yeah.
Who's Jawano?
It's his real name.
It's Jawana. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think he's a Jabulani, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I think he's also Jabulani.
Jabulani. I hated that name, yes.
Why?
I feel like every corner you turn, chances are you wanna find Jabu. A person called Jabu. Like that name is so common, and it made it seem up. Like I even started adding Jabu in my examples. Like, so moms, what if we are dating a Jabu and then Chigi, you get it? Yeah.
Now you're 8. Okay, never mind.
Now I'm what? I'm getting personal.
No. It is maybe minutes more 3 or 8 or 9 o'clock.
8 minutes left up until 1 o'clock.
So, and we're still in the history and today in history segment. And yeah.
I feel it.
Oh my gosh.
So this is the time we speak about murders, the blood, deaths, and everything, Wabo.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the way I'm talking, it's ASMR.
ASMR.
Yeah.
What's that?
You don't know ASMR?
Sounds familiar.
Yo.
What is
You're
ASMR?
missing